Today I have a message for all the hidden healers spread across the African continent. I'm just going to give a brief description of what a hidden healer is, but what Mother communicated very clearly to me is that those that are, know. This thing is about 5 years ago. If it was 5 years ago, you're still like in the early stages, or maybe like 50% of it. If it's like 10 years ago, then you're pretty much at a full embodiment stage. But literally 5 to 10 years ago, a process began within you where it was like the self that you were born as just completely transformed, almost not even transformed, like it just another being like entered your being, It's just a complete 180. The only way that I think the best way, thank you. The best way to actually describe it, it's someone who lives quite as close to their higher self as possible. And what that means is that this is someone who is comfortable in unconditional love, is very comfortable with vulnerability. They never pick to be right. They don't choose to be right. They always prioritize kindness and things. This is not someone who I'm saying you take advantage of, whatever, but it just matters how people feel. It is, I'm not talking about, I'm an empath. No. That's something else. And she said it's people who never clap back. And at first I was laughing so much because I said, oh gosh, that's like, it's so pedantic, it felt a bit to me. And she said, no, it's the energy. What's the clap back energy? It's someone who wants to show people up. It's someone who wants people to be embarrassed. It's someone who celebrates people's losses, people's disappointments, people's failures. And so it's not a person who can clap back if you feel like it's happening to you because that's your karma. You are not a hidden healer. And it's not an insult. It's just we're all in stages. Hence I said it's someone who lives as closely to, in many ways, embodies their higher self in their day-to-day. They're not perfect. They get things wrong. But if there is one thing you will not doubt, is that this is an incredibly loving person, an incredibly fair person, someone who is completely non-judgmental. When you go to them, you know that they will hear you out. They will. Hidden healers. The other important thing about defining a hidden healer, it's people who have always known that there is something in them, but this was never revealed to their families or to anyone. This is something that they always kept. It's someone whom throughout their lives could dreamt of things, so when things are coming, but it never felt like your path is ubusangoma or whatever form traditional healing takes. It's unique in that it's not, you're not to be trained by everyone, by anyone. It really is just something that innately is in you. Very significant as well is that with regards to the 10 years, 5 years ago, it's like another being entered your being. The reason why it happened like that is because your destiny was not something that people are supposed to know. It was something that even you only walk into, still very uncomfortable, still very questioning, still very much like, is this even for real kind of thing? So even from yourself, it was a secret. So you knew that you've got a gift. You wouldn't even call it a gift, actually. You knew that there were things you are able to perceive. You might describe it in many ways, or seeing beyond the veil, or whatever it is, but you never ever describe what you are as something that separates you in a way that makes you more special than other people. You merely recognize that in this lifetime, this is the point that you have reached. If you are a hidden healer. And she's saying to me that the hidden healers, because I was saying to her, okay, there's 54 African countries. The other day I saw someone say 53 and I was like, am I losing my mind? But anyway, I'm going to stick with 54, and then if it's wrong, I'll put up on the screen. But so I was saying to her, is there someone in each country? And she said yes. And I said, are we placing them in danger by mentioning this? And she said no. And I said, okay, so what must they do? She said, what they know to do. And this is what she said. She said, those two men are soon to leave this physical realm. And what she's witnessing with everyone else is that they are facilitating the harvesting of the energy of hate, which is what they need. That energy of conflict and I mean, the most vile things are being said online across so many topics, right? And so the hidden healers are the ones who have been so heartbroken, so felt like, what do I do? Do I send out something? I do this, I do this. So she says, now it's time to create that circle where you sit there with your candle. She says, represent all 4 elements and ether, which is the 5th, but have a water element with you, so a glass of water. Have a fire element with you, that's a candle. You can have an open window with the breeze coming in, and what's the other one? Fire, earth, air, water. Maybe I didn't cover fire. So, no, fire said would be the candle. The water would be a beverage, a tea or a water. And fire, air, open the window. Earth. Oh, okay. Earth is that, you have a crystal with you, or you have whatever it is that you're into. So if you are a grass person or a tree person, that's what it must be green. It must be green, or it must be soil. That beautiful African red soil. I mean, it's variations everywhere, but as you go, lower but higher, it gets that beautiful deepened red and things like that. Anyway, so that thing you've been thinking, maybe I should do this, and you thought, but what will it do? This thing that I'm facing is so big, is that you carry unconditional love as part of your it's like part of your character. It's who you are. You have embodied it. You don't have friends. This is very important. You don't have friends. Maybe, she's saying, because you would have gone through a very paranoid phase, and who do I trust in? So, no friends. I hope that to the hidden healers this will make sense. The other thing is that your destiny was especially kept private from your family. Especially from your family. The whole reason why the swap over had to happen, where you were someone else and then became someone else seemingly, is because it was to protect you, because we know a lot of families take their children to find out what their destiny is. The fact that there's something big around you would probably have been picked up, and so you probably have suffered a lot of interference. There's no hidden healer who has not been interfered with. It's and it's because right now it's mother energy. It's definitely from it's a maternal energy that has interfered with you. So your message is sit down with the 4 elements, with ether present as well, with yourself, with our divine creator, the divine mother, father, child, the whole thing. Everyone loses their minds, but we all know what it is. And transmute the energy. Go online as you are. Look at the messages that you wish to transmute. Every message that you read, immediately say something positive inwardly, outwardly to yourself about it. But from now on, every message of hate, every encounter of hate, every interaction of hate you see online, it's time for you to sit with that energy and dedicate at least an hour of your day to transmuting that hate. Because, they're on their way out. But a lot of humans are helping make sure that things stay the same.